This video is going to take a look at the partner portal, so you'll be able to see what a partner sees as they log into their MySCA account. And we'll get started here at the login screen by entering a username and password. New partners also have the opportunity to register for a profile here, and if anyone's forgotten their password, they can also enter that. So keep in mind that if you are creating a profile for yourself, you'll want to use something other than your SCA email account, in this case a Gmail. But we enter the login and password, continue to the website, disregard the security certificate announcement, and you can see this is the partner login screen. So we have a home tab, positions tab, placements, field activities, help requests, series of quick links here, the opportunity to request a new position, which is will be what we focus on right here. So request a new position. This page is going to summarize the different kinds of positions that SCA offers, but we'll start with a conservation internship. As you can see, this is step 1 of an 8-step process. The site name has been auto-populated for us with North Cascades National Park, which is what my profile is associated with, but we also have the opportunity to change that if we want. We'll add the title of the position and select a main area of focus from the drop-down. We'll go on to enter some information about the openings and when we'd like to receive applications. Scroll down to enter an address, including the state. Oop, don't want to get to that date picker just yet. So now it's time to enter the dates, and you can see drop-down menu, calendar picker lets us pick out our dates, start date, and end date. Also asks us what days the position will be in the field, and we have the opportunity to select multiple days by highlighting the first day in the range, pressing the shift button, scrolling to the last day, and then clicking on the right arrow. And you can see it brought over all of those days that we selected. Enter some information about the start and end times, date flexibility. Going to go ahead and describe the project. Enter some basic requirements, citizenship, vehicles, what kind of certifications are required. And then note whether or not the position is accessible. We'll click Save and Next, and that will move us on to the next step, step 2 in the 8-step process of identifying the contacts. You see I'm already listed down there at the bottom as a requester. And we have definitions of the various roles. We're going to add another person by clicking on that magnifying glass. We'll select Emily Wynn as the contracting officer. Don't forget the right arrow and the add contact information. So if we scroll down, we can see that summarized at the bottom. Emily Poore as a requester, Emily Wynn as a contracting officer. We'll hit Save and Next. Step 3 takes a look at the skills and interests that are required, starting with the educational areas and a series of drop-downs that allow you to rate what level of experience is necessary. We're going to skip down to the skills area, where we're looking for someone who's an expert in backcountry patrol, and then add some information about the housing logistics. Before we click Save and Next, take a look at step 4, which is information on the work location. This field gives partners the opportunity to specify where exactly the intern is going to be working. And this is great when a partner who's, say, working out of a headquarters office is requesting an intern for a field station, or as we're filling out here, we have an intern who is serving in more than one location over the course of their internship. So we'll note that the intern is serving in these 2 locations, the first 2 months at Backcountry Office 1 and the last month at Backcountry Office 2. I'm going to disregard that pop-up. Move on to step 5, which is our hazard assessment. I ask partners to tell us what kind of hazards may be present, and then to also note the severity of that hazard, the probability of it occurring, and a mitigation strategy. Where we have the opportunity to add multiple hazards. They'll all be summarized at the bottom of the page, but we're just going to stick with the snow avalanches and glaciers for this demonstration. Step 6 is all about funding. So we're going to confirm that all of our funding is in place. It's an other funding source known as Friends of Skiing. Finally, we need to identify our funding contact name and type. You can see there's a variety of funding types: our organization, other, philanthropy, special funding, but this one is our organization. We'll add that funding contact and save and next. Step 8 is our terms and conditions. And at this page, the partner has an opportunity to save their request as a PDF, to save it as a draft, which allows them to go back and edit it in the future, or to agree to these terms and submit. And this pop-up gives them one last chance to back out before they process it. Once we click OK, they're not able to edit the position, and that's all right with us. So you can see our backcountry patrol position, which we have just entered, is listed right now as submitted. Back at the home page of our partner portal, and you can see that our backcountry patrol request has been approved. This is just a quick view. If we click on the positions tab, there's a summary of our positions again. If we enter into the position, we'll show you how to do the next task, which is copying a position. So say we have a backcountry patrol position, we're going to want another intern to do the same thing, just starting a few months later. So we'll go to copy position. This is going to bring up the original position request, and we're going to keep everything the same. We're just going to change the start dates. Have them start April 9th and end in July. Go ahead and leave everything else the same. Click Save. And you can see here's our draft request that we just copied. We have the opportunity here to update it or delete it. And we're going to update it and skip ahead to step 8, where we can submit the request. Now you can see there's that April start date. It's been submitted. So we have 2 positions, one that's been submitted, one that's been approved. The third task in the partner portal is going to be offering an intern a position. And we're going to go back to our original position request that starts in January to go through the process of offering a candidate position. You can see here that we have one candidate for this position, Ms. Deely. We have an opportunity to review her application by clicking on her application number. We can also, what we're going to do here is offer her the internship. Clicking on the offer link and then submit for approval. And there you can see we have now under our Placements tab, we have one member who's pending member acceptance. So that's a quick introduction to the partner portal.